Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames. In this video, we're going to talk about Diddy being hit with another major lawsuit. I believe this is the third, if not fourth, lawsuit of this nature. Now, this lawsuit, it sounds very much similar to Cassie's lawsuit and the others, but this one is just weighing on the people of the internet heart like none other, because the alleged victim is was 17 at the time that this alleged incident took place. Please note that the word alleged has to be used because these are all allegations at this time. Now, coming out is a report saying Sean Combs, accused of GANGRAPE of a 17-year-old in a new lawsuit. Not only that, he's also being accused of trafficking, drugging this minor. This is just so horrific. Like the horror that keeps coming out, it is just so scary. And then Diddy is firing back at these claims. And when you look at how he's firing back, it is given the sense that he's exerting his money, power, and control. And this is why they often say when you're being accused of the crime, you stay silent. Let your lawyer do the talking, because anything you say or do can be used against you, because now he's given the alleged victim lawyer ammunition, to say, oh, after my client filed the lawsuit, he went to his Instagram page with his millions of followers, and because he knows he's powerful and he has money, he's firing back saying that enough is enough. And that's how powerful men speaks. So, Diddy, you need to stop talking. Stop talking. Let your lawyer do the talking for you, honey, because anything you say is going to be tracked and people are going to pick from it what they can. Now, we know that you are entitled to defending yourself. You are entitled to freedom of speech, but it doesn't mean that because you have freedom of speech doesn't mean that you will not be held accountable for what you have said. Now, let's talk about the case, shall we? Because the horror that is coming out, let me tell you, it is just so horrific. Now, according to this report, Sean Combs, his longtime lieutenant Harve Pierre, and a third unidentified man allegedly gang RAPED a 17-year-old inside Combs recording studio in Manhattan in 2003 after the high school student was trafficked across state lines and plied with copious amount of drugs and alcohol. An explosive new lawsuit filed Wednesday alleges. No, guys, let's pause for a second. There's one thing that I've learned so far about Manhattan, and that is when these cases are filed, they don't play about these allegations. And I have to say, I cannot wait to see what becomes of this case. Now, let's continue, right? Now, whew, the new Jane Doe plaintiff, right, is the fourth. So this is the fourth lawsuit. Fourth woman to accuse Combs of sexual assault in 3 weeks. Alleges men took turns, raping her in a bathroom at Diddy's house recording studio when she was in high school, and Combs was 34 years old. Now, what happened is that the lawsuit alleges that Jane Doe was out with a friend at a lounge in Detroit area 2 decades ago when Pierre singled her out, complimented her appearance, and insisted that he was best friend with Combs. Pierre purportedly told the teen that Combs would love to meet her and called Combs on his phone so the music mogul could personally invite her on an impromptu trip to New York aboard a private jet. Now, it says the 14 page complaint alleges the private jet eventually transported the teen to Teterboro Airport in New Jersey, where a waiting SUV whisker Pierre and the third unidentified man to the studio where Combs was finishing up work with a recording artist. The filing obtained by Rolling Stone features multiple color photos allegedly taken inside that is house recording studio that night, including one where the teen is sitting on Combs' lap. The filing claims that a teen was fed a copious amount of intoxicants as Combs, Pierre, and a third man ate on her incessantly and groped her body. No, it says that as the teen became so inebriated that everything started to blur. Combs allegedly led her to a bathroom, removed her skirt, underwear, and penetrated her from behind with his penis while she hung over the sink. The lawsuit filed in Southern District of New York State. Miss Doe, because she's filing as Jane Doe. So it says Miss Doe did not consent to having sex with Mr. Combs, but he continued thrusting. At some point, Mr. Combs turned Miss Doe around, facing him. He told her that he could not orgasm and asked her to squeeze his nipples as hard as she could to help him get off. He then turned her back around and continued, the lawsuit alleges. Oh my God. The details of this lawsuit, it's just very triggering. No, the details, it goes on and on and on and on and on. When I tell you it goes on and on, it goes on and on consistently. No, there's one thing I have noticed from some of the photos that I've seen is that this young lady in one of the photos appeared to be sitting on his lap and looks as though she was wearing a very tiny skirt and it was lifted up, not a good look. And I know that they are going to shred this young lady. I hope she has the strength because Diddy is not going to settle any more cases. He's going to fight because since this lawsuit has been filed, he has fired back, as I've been saying, right? He has fired back and he said that enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. That is what he posted on his Instagram page. Now, I'm going to honestly say that we know that a lot of times, these situations can initially be consensual and then changes from consensual to something ugly. And for some reason, I don't know if it's because of the manner in which the young lady is seated in his lap. It's given a sense that if something did happen, maybe, there could have been some amount of, you know, okay, but at the same time, looking at it, she's 17 and she's under the age of consent, right? So, what consent could she have given? And how much consent did she give? I'm sure that no woman would give consent to be treated in the manner or based on the details that has been outlined in this case. So, I cannot wait to see what becomes of this because this is truly horrific. And I believe that this is going to be a tough battle. But at the same time, I believe that because there's physical evidence that this young lady was at that particular venue, that also lays the foundation for a solid case as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how all of this ends up and what is the end verdict at the end of the day. Now, I believe that Diddy is going to start going after people like none other. But at the same time, based on what I've been following and based on what Sloan Belly says, maybe he may have some amount of victory, but not entirely. Maybe. But let's see what happens. Let me know what are your thoughts while you're at it. Give this video a big thumbs up and see you guys later. Bye, guys.